Hi there, Assalamualaikum. Welcome to Learn English Bersama Madam Azimah. And in today's lesson, we are going to learn Malaysian English versus Standard English. I will give you some words and phrases that you might think it's Standard English, but it might be Malaysian English or even Manglish. A lot of things for you to think about. You might even have questions. You might even ask yourself whether you're actually using English that people understand. So let's get started. Now, when I'm talking about standard English, what do I mean? Okay. Standard English here in this lesson, we're talking about British English or American English because these are the two varieties spoken in English speaking countries. And so in Malaysia, we were introduced to the English language by the British, right? We have a history with them. However, American English has also influenced the way Malaysians speak. So you might hear people have a slight American accent. And so it might be even more common than British English accents, actually. You might hear American English spoken by DJs on radios. They might say the R word strongly than they would say in the British English, for example. The word color, they might say color instead of color without the R sound. However, I would say that British English is still used in our Malaysian education, in universities, local universities. And in terms of spelling wise, we're also heavily influenced by British English. When I mean spelling, I mean the word favor, Favour, which is the British spelling with a U. If it's an American spelling, it would be Favor without the U. So that's the difference between spelling. Right. Now, according to Michael Swan in his book, Practical English Usage, a new form of English may develop. It's called International English, and it won't be influenced by just the British or American. So that would be interesting to see. All right. Hopefully we'll get updates about international English. Now, what do I mean by Malaysian English? In this lesson, I'm talking about a form of spoken English used among Malaysians. It is a spoken form of English used among Malaysians. And I believe that sometimes, non-Malaysians understand Malaysian English more than they understand this Manglish form. So Manglish is the informal spoken form of English made up of Malay and Chinese words and grammatical structure. Manglish can be words like can, cannot, easy, which is Manglish, and so it's only understood among Malaysians, and sometimes we call it as rojak. Okay. Now, the first word that I'm going to introduce to you is the word chop. C-H-O-P. C-H-O-P. Now, chop, C-H-O-P, means a stamp of approval, an official company stamp, a rubber stamp that uses dark blue or purple ink. So in Malaysian English, when we say the document has been chopped, we understand it to mean that it's already received a stamp of approval. However, in standard English, the proper way or the correct way would be to say it like this: the document has been stamped. Or another example, please return the contract with an authorized signature affixed with a company stamp rather than the company chop. Because in standard English, chop can mean something like this: to make sambal, we need to chop some onions. Chopping some onions using a knife, right? Or the little boy practiced his karate chop on the guests. So it's a sort of movement chop. It's not what we understand in Malaysian English as a company stamp. So quite interesting there. All right. Now, number 2, alphabet versus letters. So this is not Malaysian English. This is just, perhaps it's Manglish, but it is an incorrect understanding of alphabet versus letters. Now, what's an alphabet? So, alphabet is a set of letters or symbols in a fixed order used for writing a language. For example, there are 26 letters of English. From A to Z, there are 26 letters of English. So that's the letters of the alphabet. The letter A in apple, not the alphabet A. Or the letter Z is pronounced as Z in British English or Z in American English. So it's incorrect to say, for example, you've spelled Wednesday wrong. The alphabet S is missing. Right, it's not the alphabet, but it's the letter S is missing. So this is not about Malaysian English, but more to an incorrect understanding of alphabet versus letters of the alphabet. Now, the third example, handphone versus mobile phone versus cell phone. So handphone, we understand in Malaysia, we understand handphone to just simply mean our device that we use to speak, right? To speak with, it's mobile. But in British English, they would call it mobile phone. And in American English, they call it cell phone, right? So cell phone or cell. And if they want to say mobile phone, they would pronounce mobile as in mobile, as mobile. But we understand handphone means the same thing as mobile phone or cell phone. And when we say switch off your handphone, we understand. Everybody understands it means mobile phone. Okay. Number 4 is a special one. KIV. What do you think it means? I think everybody knows it means keep in view, but it is actually a Malaysian English understanding of put on hold. So in a meeting, for example, if I'm suggesting an idea and then the boss says, let's KIV that idea. Let's KIV that idea. In Malaysian English context, we understand to mean put that idea on hold, or is a polite way of saying let's just reject that idea. Now, in British or American English, it would be held for further consideration or put on hold. So an example would be, your request has been put on hold, not your request has been put on KIV, or your request is KIV. That's not the British American way of saying it. Or another example would be, we will put your request on hold, right? Instead of KIV. So KIV is also used in Singapore. So it's very interesting. Okay. The fifth word is outstation. So outstation in Malaysian English, we understand to mean out of town or abroad. However, in standard English, outstation means a branch of a company or an organization that is far from the headquarters. So it's like the place from which the company or organization is controlled. Okay. So in Malaysian English, we might say something like this: I'm going outstation tomorrow, to mean I'm going out of town tomorrow, or I'll be away. So in standard English, we would say out of town, or I'll be away, or simply just mention the location. Where are you going? So I'm going to Penang tomorrow, instead of I'm going outstation or out of town. Okay? Right. Number 6, on MC. On MC. So this particular word MC, we all know it stands for medical certificate. It is a noun. A medical certificate is given by doctors, health practitioners, to a person who visits the doctor because the person is sick and would like a medical certificate so that he is able to show it as proof that he's unwell and not fit to go to work. So when he goes back to work, he has to submit the MC, and the person might ask, do you have an MC? However, in Malaysian English, we also say this: she is on MC today, when what we mean is she is on sick leave today. Sick leave. So the proper way, or the standard English word for on MC, is actually on leave or on sick leave. So if you're unwell, you can say I'm on sick leave or I'm on leave. That means I have permission to be at home resting because I'm unwell, right? Okay, number seven, the final word, aircon, A-I-R space C-O-N, spelled as two words, aircon. So aircon is the abbreviation or the short form used in Malaysia and Singapore to mean air conditioning. So we all understand aircon, as in when we say the aircon is not working, the air conditioning is not working, or the air conditioner is not working. I bought a new air conditioner. So spelling it as two words, right? A-I-R space C-O-N, aircon. However, in American English, it's more common to say AC. AC. So I have a few examples here. Could you turn on the AC? Or my apartment doesn't have AC. Or the AC is broken. The AC won't turn on. Or does your house have AC? To mean, does your house have air conditioning? That's in American English. Now, what's interesting about this word is that in the UK, they would not say AC. And I think that's because their houses have heaters or radiators. They rarely have AC or air conditioning or air conditioner at home or in the cars because of the weather. Because of the weather, it's always cold, so they don't have AC. So that's interesting. All right, okay. Now, what kind of English should Malaysians use? Now, I've answered this at the beginning. I said that we use British English for spelling, but our accent might be influenced by American English. And then in the formal context, we use the British English. However, Malaysian English is not wrong. It is understood by Malaysians and it's fun to use. Manglish is also fun to use amongst us Malaysians. But in the company of non-Malaysians, it is best to use standard English so that everybody understands you and there's no misunderstanding. All right, so what do you guys think about that? I hope that has been helpful and useful for you. And so we will learn more next week. So stay tuned and join me again next week on Learn English Bersama Madam Azimah on Wednesday, 12:15 p.m. on Manis FM and Manis FM Facebook page. Join me again next week. So see you guys soon. Bye for now.